Amy, if you want to record, we will be recording today's session. So for those people that want to, weren't able to attend right now, they can watch it later. So I just want to introduce myself. I am Larissa Dunphy. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Educator in Belmont County, which is in southeastern Ohio, near West Virginia. And I have been an FCS educator for a little over 4 years now. So I'm excited to be sharing this topic with you guys today. And before we get started, I would like to throw out just a little disclaimer. I do recognize that everybody's idea of what's funny is different. So if we could just keep that in mind today, this content is not intended to offend anyone in any way. It's just for hopefully a few laughs and to lighten the mood. So hopefully you can go in with it and have a great experience. We are going to be talking about beating the winter blues with humor. And so to start off, I have a poll question that I would like to ask you all. So is it important to laugh? Yes, no, or I don't know. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to answer the poll question. Looks like we have just about everyone's results in. A few more people. And fortunately, it looks like we're all about on the same page. That, yes, it's important to laugh. Yes, all right. We have 100% say that it is important to laugh. Great. So it is very important to laugh. There's actually an entire profession of gelotologists that study laughter and its effects both psychologically and physiologically on our body. And so they believe that obviously it's important to laugh and that there's merit in it, but also the internet says it is important. So, of course, everything on the internet is completely and 100% true, right? So, do you believe you can laugh yourself healthy? That is the $1,000,000 question, and we are going to spend some time today looking at what the research says about it. Before we do, I wanted to share a quick story with you. Several years ago, when my daughter was about 3 or 4 years old, we were out walking and she picked up something off the ground and started to play with it, put it in her mouth, all that stuff. I took the item away from her and said, don't put it in your mouth, don't play with it, don't touch it. It probably has germs all over it, all that kind of stuff. And my daughter looked at me with such admiration and she said, Mama, how do you know all this stuff? You are just so smart. And I was thinking quickly and replied, well, all mamas know this stuff. It's on the mama test. And you have to know it or you can't be a mama. So we continued walking for a few minutes in complete silence, and I could tell she was pondering this new information. Then she beamed with excitement and shouted, oh, I get it. So if you don't pass the test, you have to be a dad. And I said, exactly, honey, with a big smile on my face. So we're going to continue along here and see when was the last time that you laughed? Go ahead and share that in the chat. When was the last time you laughed? After the year we had in 2020, combined with just the normal funk that sometimes we experience in the winter months, I definitely think it's more important than ever for us to laugh and focus on those things that do bring us joy. So today, I really just want to give you guys an opportunity to laugh. We're going to discuss the health benefits of laughter and share some ways to add humor and laughter to your life and hopefully spend a little bit of time actually laughing. But it is important for us to just recognize those opportunities. And when I say, when was the last time you laughed? It doesn't just mean that ha ha laugh, but a deep belly laugh, those kinds that shake your body and make you maybe bring a tear to your eyes. Those are the really good belly laughs. So, smiles are contagious. Don't worry, I'm vaccinated. I think this was a good way for us to start our laughter journey. In the world of vaccinations that's happening right now, I thought this was pretty timely. And then, does anyone know if we can take showers yet, or should we just keep washing our hands? And I hope that I'm not the only one that Siri has said this to. You know you're a bad driver when Siri says, in 400 feet, stop and let me out. And then it is that time of year for Girl Scout cookies. I ate a box of Thin Mints and didn't get any thinner. I don't think they work. How many of you guys can identify with this one? So just a little bit about the research on humor. Norman Cousins, he was considered as the man who laughed in the face of death. He was the editor-in-chief of the Saturday Review for more than 30 years and the author of a book called Anatomy of an Illness. So some of you guys might be familiar with some of his work. And in 1964, he was diagnosed with a rare and fatal disease and was only given a few months to live. And he decided to use laughter as healing. And he determined that 10 minutes of laughter equated to 2 hours of being pain-free. And he actually ended up living until years later in 1990. And then we have Dr. William F. Fry. He was a psychiatrist at Stanford, and he discovered laughter provides good physical exercise as well as decreases the chance of respiratory infections. So he found that 20 seconds of laughter is the equivalent of 3 minutes of strenuous rowing. He also discovered our body produces endorphins when we laugh. And those endorphins are the chemicals in our brain that, when they're released, they make us feel good. So I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather have a good old belly laugh for 20 seconds than to do 3 minutes of strenuous rowing. I'm sure many of you have heard of Dr. Hunter Patch Adams. He was immortalized in the film by Robin Williams, and he was responsible for the creation of thousands of therapeutic care clowns worldwide. So he practiced the idea that healing should be a loving human interchange, not a business transaction. So he actually opened up his home to people that were physically ill and practiced this idea of clowning and laughter as a healing. And he believed the number one predictor of good physical health is good mental health. And Dr. Adams is still alive and travels around the world using laughter as a therapeutic treatment. So you can actually join in. They do several different trips a year, and they take volunteers, and they just go around and spread this laughter therapy. And then Dr. Martin Seligman, he's the director of the Penn Positive Psychology Center and a professor in the Penn Department of Psychology. And he's a leading authority in the field of positive psychology, resilience, learned helplessness, depression, optimism, and pessimism. And his work has led to him sharing that doing a kind act produces the single most reliable monetary or momentary increase in well-being of any exercise we tested. So his whole theory is that if we spread kindness to others, then that will help us. In the pictures here on the left of the laundry detergent with some coins, and then the gift card for, I'm not sure where it's for, but a $5 gift card just for fun. This was actually part of a, I don't know, birthday celebration that one of my colleagues and friends did leading up to her 40th birthday. She performed 40 days of random acts of kindness, and she also challenged her friends and colleagues to participate in this. And so these were a couple of things that she had left around to spread that kindness during those 40 days. Her story actually went viral, and she was featured on the Today Show. And so I think this is just a testament of how doing a kind deed can help others, but it also helps us. So there are more than 17 scholarly societies, professional associations, and research networks that study humor. This was new information. I mean, I've always been interested in humor as being a healing power, but I didn't realize there were so many different associations and organizations that do research on the effects of it. So the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor is one of the organizations that is nonprofit, and it's dedicated to the study and application of humor to affect positive change. So they believe the strategic use of humor sparks connection, increases influence, and improves communication. So it provides innumerable benefits to our overall health and well-being, included reduced stress, greater resiliency, decreased depressive symptoms, and increased pain tolerance. So you're probably noticing a pattern now that a lot of this research is focused on the same results. That humor is helpful and it does provide some healing benefits. So the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor found in their research that there was a 39% decrease in stress just simply by anticipating humor. It doesn't even have to be that you laughed or had a good chuckle. It's just that you were anticipating that humor. And they found that people are 2 times more productive after taking a humor break. So how great would that be if during your workday you actually got to take a humor break? And there is a 23% increase in memory recall after watching a funny video. So I think some great research results found there. Okay, so I thought you might like to take a quick opportunity to check and see if you're getting enough humor in your life. So we're going to take just a minute to do that. Now I want you to look closely at this picture, and if you see anything other than 2 dolphins, you may need some laughter in your life. Excuse me. All right. So you remember I told you that I just wanted you guys to have a little bit of a chuckle today and laugh. I wanted to show you a short clip of funny videos, and hopefully you'll be able to laugh a little bit. Again, keep in mind that laughter is an individual thing, and so hopefully you find this funny. Oops, I'm sorry. Nice.
Kan ada waktu aja.
All right, blow it out, buddy. Go.
Make a wish.
Ah, look at that. Way to go.
Uh-oh, here he goes. Uh-oh.
Oh no,
No, Timbo!
Oh no! Oh no! He's trying really hard.
How can you see? Oh! Are you okay? Oh, are you okay? Aw. your hand stuck. Let's get your hand out. Ugh, there. Now we can see. Hi, Minnie. Oh, oh, shit.
All yours.
Don't. Can I see this?
Oh, he got the big one. Hold on, Minnie.
All right. So hopefully you got a little laugh out of that at least. I think babies and toddlers and animals are some of the funniest things to watch. I know my cat brings me quite a bit of laughter and entertainment when she's playing or when I'm playing along with her. So, what feelings did you experience watching that video? Just type those in chat. Oh, thank you. Someone said so many LOL opportunities in that video. Yes, I agree. I spent hours trying to find, I went down different rabbit holes looking at different videos, but what are some of the feelings that you experienced watching that video? Joy, surprise, happiness, concern? Yeah, there were a few concerning little things there. Joy, peace. Kids say the darndest things too. Those of you that have little ones at home, I'm sure that they keep you laughing, things that they say and do. I remember that time and period with my own child. But there are several short-term benefits of humor. And we know that when we start to laugh, it doesn't just lighten our load mentally, but it actually changes starts to take some physical changes in our bodies. So it can stimulate our organs, and that can enhance your intake of oxygen-rich air, stimulate your heart, your lungs and muscles, and increases those endorphins again. So that can help us to feel better short term, as well as activating and relieving your stress response. So it increases your heart rate and your blood pressure, kind of like sparks that invigoration, and then can soothe tension by stimulating circulation and aiding in muscle relaxations. But we also know that laughter isn't just a quick pick-me-up either, that the benefits extend long beyond just instantaneously. So laughter can improve your immune system. So negative thoughts can decrease your immunity, but in contrast, those positive thoughts can help fight stress and potentially more serious illnesses. Can relieve that pain by causing your body to produce its own natural painkillers. Increases personal satisfaction, makes it easier to cope with difficult situations, builds connections with other people. Oftentimes when we see the lighter side of a situation, then, it makes it more manageable. And then just improves your overall mood. It can lessen your depression and anxiety and just make you feel happier. So laughter is contagious. And I don't know if you guys caught some of those. There was a couple clips that you could hear another baby or a little one laughing. And that just to me sparks me to want to laugh as well. So that laughter is contagious. Does anyone want to take a stab at guessing how many times the average adult laughs in a day? You guys can just share in the chat box. How many times a day do you think the average adult laughs? We got 55, 4, 5, 5. Okay, 15, 10. All right. Well, the average adult laughs 15 times a day. So, in contrast, how many times a day do you think the average adult child laughs a day? Go ahead and type in the chat box there. 44, 155, 75, 50, 100, constantly. Yeah, they're either laughing or crying, right? 35. All right, let's see. So the average child laughs 100 times a day. So I don't know about you, but I would certainly like to go back to at least a day of being like a child as far as the laughter goes. But we can increase laughter into our lives. We just maybe have to, notice things around us and, try to add this to our lives, be intentional with it. And here's some suggestions of things that you could maybe do to add that humor into your life. Create a laughter first aid box. So we probably all have, a first aid kit, a standard first aid kit at our home, with Band-Aids and bandages and different things like that, maybe a splint. But do we really have something focused on our mental health? We definitely could come up with that first aid box for our mental health and maybe have some jokes in it, some comic strips, funny toys, a collection of digital artifacts or funny videos. And maybe there's a particular social media account that you like to follow or some songs that make you chuckle. I know my daughter played some song the other day when we were in the car and I just instantly started laughing. I had never heard it before. And it was like the silliest, stupidest thing, but it just had us laughing. Another good way is just to surround yourself with humor. Just an internet search, something like stupid pet tricks or funniest home videos will give you plenty to laugh at. Just like I said, I went down lots of rabbit holes trying to find a short video clip of, things that I could share with you all. So there's plenty out there depending on what you find funny. And then spend time with the world's leading experts. And I consider those our children. They, like I said, they say the darndest things, they do the darndest things. And just sometimes I notice now with my teenager, just the way she sees the world sometimes can be funny. And then ask others to share jokes, just like I did at the start of the presentation. We had a couple people shared a joke. I am not a very good joke teller because I can never remember the punchline. But if you know those people that, I'm sure that they share those jokes and you can ask them to. Play with animals. Like I said, my cat cracks me up. And I'm sure that you all have, if you have an animal, you get some laughter out of that. But if you don't, you can always pull those videos up online. Spend time with friends and family who make you laugh. And I know that, we're social distancing and such, but excuse me, you can connect with them virtually or just over the phone. Learn to laugh at yourself. I crack myself up all the time. My daughter, she says, "Mom, you think you're hysterical." And I really do. Like, I really think that I'm hysterical the majority of the time. Keep a notebook and jot down the funny things you hear or see. Again, we have to keep our eyes open, but there's opportunities for laughter and humor all around us if we just pay attention. And then laughter yoga, some of you guys might be familiar with that. With this, it's beginning to get more popular. It was created by Dr. Madan Kataria, and it actually combines laughter exercises with yoga breathing techniques. It's practiced in more than 100 countries, and you can Google it if you want to know more information. But there's videos also that you can follow along. But basically, um, the whole theory behind it is our body doesn't know if we're laughing, if our laughter is something that we're doing because it's a reaction to something that is funny, or if our laughter is something that we're doing just for pretend. And so our body gets the same benefit and same experience either way. So with yoga, laughter yoga, it just kind of induces laughter. So I wanted to provide you guys with a few resources outside of this presentation. So these are different apps, several different apps listed here that you can download. And then the Science of Wellbeing class at Yale, it's the most popular course for more than 3 centuries that they've offered. And there's been over 1 million people take that class since the first class in spring of 2018. So Lori Santos is the instructor for the class, and she has her own podcast, and it's called the Happiness Lab. But she has some great ideas, and I actually got to attend a session she presented at a conference a couple years ago. So if you have the opportunity and the time, you can always sign up for that class. They have been offering it free. I don't know if that's still happening now on a regular basis or not, but it is an opportunity for you to check out. And then, of course, through Ohio State, we have 2 different blogs that we contribute to: Live Smart Ohio, and then the Live Healthy, Live Well blog. And there's several articles that some of the educators have written on humor and laughter. So I would encourage you to sign up for those blogs and check out those blogs. You can search for those specifically too. So there's lots of different podcasts and apps, like I said. You just have to find what works for you and then utilize it. So why do we laugh? Well, according to Charlie Chapman, remember, it's important for health and well-being to laugh. A day without laughter is a wasted day. Mel Brooks says that humor is just another defense against the universe. Anne Klein said, whether planned or not, humor takes our mind off our troubles. It's hard to laugh and be upset. And I'm sure you've heard this one, Laugh and the World Laughs with You by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. And then finally, Lord Byron said, always laugh when you can. It's cheap medicine. And then just some final thoughts. Excuse me. When you laugh, you purge yourself of stress. A cheerful heart does good, like medicine, but a broken spirit makes one sick. And if you eat an entire cake without cutting it, you technically had one piece, right? All right, so that's all the information I have for you. I will take some questions if anyone has any questions. You can type those in the chat. Will you send us that list of resources, please? Yes, I think we can do that. Is that possible, Amy? Do we have everyone's information?
Yep, definitely. I will send you a list of everybody who attended, so that way we can put out a recording plus that.
Great, great. Okay, you're welcome, Pat. And I hope you guys were able to find something to laugh at today. Good, okay, so someone said they learned a lot of facts they didn't know, even though they knew laughter was healthy. Good. Thank you for making me laugh today. You're welcome. Thank you for laughing. I appreciate it. I just wish I could hear everyone. And on this, of course, you can't. I love stand-up comedy. Oh yeah, there's actually a whole channel too, right? For comedy. So after this session, after you log off of this session, you will be directed to a survey. So please take just a couple minutes to complete that and provide some constructive feedback. I would love to have your feedback so that if I do this presentation again, I can make some changes if necessary or add something different. So I appreciate you guys attending today, and remember to take some opportunity to laugh. Take those humor breaks. Oh, someone said, I tend to think of laughter as frivolous, so I was glad to see all the science-based benefits of laughter you shared with us. Oh, great, great. Thank you. Have a great day. You too.